Hello knockouts, Tonya TKO here, and I am a self-love specialist from TonyaTko.com. I help you learn how to love yourself and each other. On this channel we use viral video topics as teachable moments in our own lives. So listen, we're going to be talking about Malik Yoba today. Malik Yoba says he's attracted to trans women, and the internet is going wild. I'm going to read his statement for you. Please forgive the sound of the AC. As you know, I live off of the grid in an RV, and I am in the desert right now. I show pictures in the morning on Instagram, so go over there for that. And the AC is on, and it is still 88 degrees in here. I'm hot. I don't typically make videos when the AC is on, but I felt like this topic was one that needed to be spoken about in an emergency. So here, remember we talked the other day about the guy who was being harassed outside of a convenience store who ultimately took his life. So Malik posted this on his page, and so listen. He says, "Attention black and all men. This is not okay!" Exclamation, 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 exclamation. This video is another heartbreaking example of the homophobia, transphobia, hatred, and hypocrisy we as black folks, black men in particular, have to name, face, and call out and do the work to heal! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. All right. This is exactly why I will be at some sort of workshop called Love Plus Trauma, the Trans Experience, in September. You can go see his Instagram page for all of the details on that. His name was Maurice Willoughby, a 20-year-old baby who killed himself from an apparent drug overdose after his girlfriend left him due to abuse. Clearly, as evidenced in this video, this young man was confident in his choice to love who he loved, but the uninformed young men around him haven't been taught by us that love is love and acceptance of trans love is okay, and bullying has nothing to do with masculinity or heterosexual behavior. Ultimately, his mental and emotional health was not intact enough, and the fragility of his life as he saw it was too much to bear. Oftentimes, this type of shame and ridicule can lead to the murders of women of the trans experience. I love how he says of the trans experience. I love that. Anyway, let's go forward. Let's go forward. Not okay! Exclamation, exclamation. Clearly, he didn't get the support of his peers who think that toxicity equals masculinity and humanity. That being a quote-unquote real man means we must disrespect and demean those that find themselves attracted to women of the trans experience. The fact that he was trans attracted presumably meant that he had no safe space to go to find the support he needed to learn to navigate love of a woman of the trans experience in a world that constantly tells you you're wrong. Trans people deserve love and respect as do those of us that love them! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Listen, listen. I love all women and count myself among those that find themselves trans attracted. And I too have felt the self-imposed shame that comes with that truth. But it's time to speak up. It's not about genitalia or sex, but about attraction to the soul and humanity of an individual, and often the beauty that is in the courage and conviction to live one's truth! Exclamation. As a self-identified cis heterosexual man, I too am learning what it means to be trans attracted. Many of us famous, many of us famous and otherwise that have struggled with accepting our attraction, so we do nothing. This must change. And then he has the either high five or the praying symbol, depending on which side of the spectrum you're on. Okay, so look, he comes out He says, I am trans attracted. He says he's attracted to women who are of the trans experience. I'm going to tell you what are some of the comments that I saw online. So on his page, there are a lot of people who are like, oh wait, there's one person that says, you need help, man. Love ain't love. Stop using European words, clown. What in the world? You know what? Listen, for the most part, the comments on his posts have been like, thank you for saying this, etc., etc. But the comments that I saw around the internet were like, this fruity, I always knew there was something wrong with this fruity ass nigga. People are getting so ignorant. And then I saw people talking about, I love what he said, but he can't consider himself a cisgender heterosexual man. And I'm just like, oh God, this is just, you know, we take one step forward. I'll never forget something that I heard, and I'm not exactly sure where I heard it, but the person was saying that not many black people are Republicans because the Republican Party is a racist party. However, many black people are conservative and hold those conservative ideals. And I mean, if you think about it, it all makes sense. You know, if you come from the deep South and you were taught by the people who were conservative, then you yourself would also hold some of those conservative ideals. Many of those conservative ideals also come from Christianity, etc. So I want to hear your thoughts about this. I've been seeing people bashing him. From what it is that I know about cisgender simply means that you identify as the gender you were born as. And heterosexual means that you are attracted to people of the opposite sex. So now when it comes to women who have the trans experience, I guess it really boils down onto whether or not we believe that trans people are the gender that they feel in their heart, soul, spirit, mind, body, wherever it is that they feel it, that has them identify with the gender that they identify with. Because remember, I told you in the video, and if you haven't seen my video, go watch my video. I went into full depth over there. And I talked about the football player who wanted me to be in a threesome with him and a trans woman. And I was like, no, I am not attracted to women. And he was like, but it's not a woman, it's still a guy. And I was like, no, this person has a breast and fatty parts. I am personally not attracted to femininity. And when I asked the question on my Facebook page about whether or not lesbians were attracted to trans women, there were some people who were like, yeah, you know, some lesbians are. One woman was like, I've been bullied by trans women who feel that I should be attracted to them and feel that I'm discriminating. You know, I believe that we are entering into a different era. And there are the bouquet of people that exist out there, the wavering bouquet of sexuality that exists out there. There are more people in the world than just us. And so we have to learn, how do we make the world a comfortable place for all of us? You know what I mean? And it's like, let's try to understand other people's experience. And we are being confronted with a new way of thought, a new way of thinking, of being. And it's like, when we think about this, because listen, trans people are here and they ain't going nowhere. You hear what I'm saying? So it's like, when you think about who it is that you are, do you want to be on the right side of history? Or do you want to still hold on to these archaic, old-time conservative ideals that are harming other people who are saying, listen, I have a right to exist? So on that note, I want to hear your thoughts below. I think that this is very brave of Malik Yoba. Listen, before I get out of here, let me just say this. I believe that this is the way that the world is going. I believe that we are heading towards a realm where we are attracted to a person's soul, where we're attracted to what's going on the inside, that vibration that they have. And so regardless of how it is that they were born, what it is that you see on the outside. Because I wonder how many of us would have already been settled down already if we didn't put so much emphasis on what it is that we see on the outside. I bought this book on, and you know, as a person who studies evolutionary psychology, I'm fascinated by the art of attraction. What makes a person attractive? I love relationships. Like, some people are like, oh, why aren't you talking about black issues or the hurricane or all this, that, and the other, right? My focus and my emphasis, my passion is on understanding the human dynamic as it relates to us biologically and evolutionarily relating to one another. So that is my passion. So that's what I talk about on this channel. And I bought this book that dives in deep into why we have the types that we have. So I'm looking forward to sharing some of my findings with you. Like, why do we have a particular type? Why are we more drawn toward certain behaviors and characteristics over another, certain physical aspects over the other? Because the type of man that I'm attracted to physically does not look like anybody in my family. He's not like my pops. For those of you who know, you know my father is a short guy, and I don't have an issue with short men because I know that wonderful things come in different packages. How many of us women have, because look, my father is short, and so I love my father, so I've loved a short man. My pops, right? And so I wonder how many of us women have foregone an amazing relationship because a person wasn't as tall as we would have liked them to be. So, you know, one of the things that I find fascinating is that we as human beings, we have these chemical and biological things that are attached to our psyche, our subconscious mind, our programming, and all of these other things. And so we have two different things going on. We have the soul connection that we have with other people. We meet up with our soul families, etc. And then we have the human stuff going on where we're like, oh, you know, as a human being, I'm just not really feeling you. You know, it's like, and listen, I get it. Nobody wants you to be with a person that you're not physically attracted to, or a person that you're repulsed by. I, as a woman, I know that you can become so accustomed to the beauty that exists inside of a person that what's happening on the outside is just happenstance. It's just like whatever. You know, you can get past all of that stuff going on the outside. But it takes a special type of connection. It takes a special type of opening yourself to be able to do that. And so with Malik Yoba, he's talking about being attracted to the soul. You know, there's so many of us out there who are like, oh, I don't see color. And now there are others of us out there who are coming out and saying, oh, I don't see gender. I'm attracted to different people for what's on the inside. And then, you know what? I don't want to say this, but I would be remiss if I didn't get out of this video before saying this. Okay, so people are saying that Malik Yoba is not heterosexual. Why? So like when it comes to trans women, we know that we have pre-op and post-op. When they're post-op, they've already gotten their genitalia, their penis taken off, right? When they're pre-op, they still have the penis. And so he says he's attracted to trans women. See, the thing is, as a woman, I mean, who considers herself heterosexual, when I was propositioned with this whole, let's get in this threesome with a trans woman, I was like, look, I'm not attracted to women. I mean, even if the person has a penis, I mean, it's like, it's not just about the penis, it's about everything. It's about the balancing of masculine and feminine. And I'm not sexually attracted to femininity. I'm not attracted to bosom. I'm not attracted to the curvaceousness. I'm just not attracted to that. I'm attracted to masculinity. I'm attracted to, I don't know how to explain it, but there's an energy that comes along with masculinity that I'm attracted to, and I feel that it offers a wonderful balance to my femininity. I'm attracted to that complement. And even if this trans woman has a penis, that's just, it's like, I don't know. I'm like, that's not, I mean, nah, that's not my thing. Like with all of this and all curves and everything, so if he is in relationship with trans women and they are post-op, right? Meaning they have no male genitalia down there, right? Do we consider that person to be woman enough to be just woman without the trans part? Now, if the person is pre-op and they still have the genitalia, I don't know. So that I wonder, see, I've never contemplated this before, but then I wonder, what if a person is in a relationship with a trans person and they never really come into contact with the penis at all? What if they just penetrate from behind, right? And the penis is really kind of like an elongated clitoris. You know what? I'm sorry, I'm sweating because it's hot. I told you it's hot. I think that we are more alike than we know. Because what is the size? This person may not even have a big, I know I'm being inappropriate, but this person may not even have a big penis. You know what I mean? They may have like a small penis. What about women who have elongated clitorises? What feeling do we have about them? Are they male? Are they female? Is it the womb? So that a person who has a womb is then considered female. But what about little girls who were born without a womb? Or who were born sterile? Okay? What makes a woman a woman? You know, we have the chromosomes, and the chromosomes affect our sex organs. However, there are some people who teeter in between, like the runner who had internal gonads. And she was, wow, you know what? This gives me a lot to contemplate. What makes a woman a woman? Because if a penis is just an elongated clitoris and the person is feminine and exudes the essence and aura of femininity, then isn't that, because like, even though I like men, I cannot picture myself being intimate with a trans woman because of the whole femininity thing. Even with the penis, I just can't picture myself like sucking on a penis. Like, I can't picture that, because to me it would be like sucking on an elongated clit. This video has become highly inappropriate. I know it's not going to be monetized, but that's okay, because I felt like this was a conversation that we needed to have. Actually, I've met several gay men who do not engage in penetrative intercourse. They don't get penetrated, and they do not penetrate other people. And I remember the first time I met a guy who had that belief, I was like, well, then what is it that makes you gay? And he was like, I am attracted to men. I'm attracted to masculinity. I'm attracted to the male phenotype. I'm attracted to male essence, etc. And so he engages in these relationships where there's no penetration. And yeah, wow, a lot of questions. I want to hear your thoughts below. Please be respectful. I believe that this is a conversation that we need to have. We cannot continue to ignore people who are different than us. This is the issue that we're having in this country now, where we're rounding up people and locking them up in cages, but that is not going to stop diversity. I look around in California and I see the writing is on the wall. I look at the US Open and the writing is on the wall. This is going to be a multicultural country. Do you want to be on the right side of history? We are going to be in a multi-genderal society. Everybody is at a has a different varying amount of heterosexual and homosexuality. You know, so nobody is 100% one or the other. It moves, it varies for each person. It's a sliding scale. And we are going to have to come to grips with that this world is your world, This world is my world. This is all of our world, and we're going to have to find a way to get along together. And it's like, we the people who are in the majority cannot keep disenfranchising and discriminating against the people who are the minority. So on that note, listen, I'm going to get out of here. I want to hear your thoughts below. This video is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but I think that it's a fascinating topic. And listen, if there's anybody out there who is trans or gay and I've said something that is ignorant or offensive, by all means educate me on the best way to be able to be most respectful to the experience that you are having. Okay, so listen, on that note, I will see you all in the next video. Actually, I'll see you all in the comments. Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Go out there and love one another, but most importantly, what? That's right, love yourself. Peace.